Most gardeners think rain problems are solved with drainage. That mistake costs them seasons of lost growth. Water runs off, beds flood, roots suffocate, and then a week later the same soil turns hard and dry. I dealt with that cycle for years, especially on clay and compacted ground, until I realized the issue wasn't how fast water could escape. It was what happened in the first few minutes after rain hit the soil. I stopped chasing runoff and started building an absorbing layer. The soil, stayed workable longer into dry spells. Common advice fails because it ignores surface biology. Adding sand, well, that just made things worse. Tilling helped for a few weeks and then, honestly, collapsed the structure. Thick mulches without contact starved the surface of activity. Even compost applied once a year didn't solve runoff because it broke down too fast and left the surface bare again. The absorbing layer worked because it was continuous, thin, and alive. Moisture management is critical while the layer establishes. The biggest mistake people make is letting the layer dry out. If it dries completely, biological activity pauses and structure stalls. I kept it consistently moist, not wet, especially in the first month. Once established, the system became resilient. I could miss watering and still maintain infiltration because aggregates held together. Calcium helped, but only after the layer was working. In some beds, I added gypsum at about 1 pound per 100 square feet, where soil tests showed low calcium. It improved aggregation, but only where carbon and biology were already active. Applied alone, gypsum didn't stop runoff. Applied into a living surface, it strengthened what biology had already built. Hydroponic systems reinforced the same lesson in a different way. In hydroponics, systems with no buffering behave just like bare soil in rain. Water moves fast, nutrients spike, roots stress. When I introduced stable organic compounds and reduced disturbance, systems absorb changes instead of swinging wildly. Different medium, same principle. Absorption before movement creates stability. This method doesn't look impressive at first, and that's why people ignore it. There's no dramatic before and after pile, no machinery, no instant transformation. The first few weeks look messy and uneventful. Then rain hits, and the difference becomes obvious. Water disappears instead of escaping. Soil smells alive. Roots follow moisture instead of avoiding it. The trade-off is patience for permanence. This approach won't fix everything in a week, but it keeps improving instead of resetting. Each season, infiltration gets better, not worse. Each year, irrigation needs drop. That's the difference between managing symptoms and fixing systems. Soil doesn't need to shed water, it needs to accept it. Once I stopped trying to move water away and started helping soil receive it, everything changed. The absorbing layer wasn't complicated, it was just aligned with how soil actually works. If this gave you a clearer way to handle rain instead of fearing it, subscribe to Easy Garden Life. Share this with someone watching water run off their beds and wondering why nothing improves. Better food starts with soil that knows what to do when the rain arrives.